Hello and welcome to the Schwartz Advisors Report. I'm Emma Henderson, the managing editor of Aftermarket News. Today, I'm talking to Keith Czar, and you're a managing partner at Schwartz Advisors.
That's right.
And how are you doing today?
Great, Emma. It's great to be here on the show floor with you, and good to see you.
Absolutely, lots of action going on right now. So speaking of action, we've been seeing a lot of consolidating in the aftermarket, particularly in the WD space, for a number of years now. So what does the current landscape look like?
It's a great landscape for selling businesses. Seemed like we had a frenzy of selling in the late teens, 2018, 2019, 2020. After the epidemic and with the things that have come out of that and higher interest rates, there's been maybe a tiny bit of slowing down in the consolidation of businesses, a little bit of higher interest rates, some credit issues, but it's still a pretty strong market. There's still a lot of money. There's still a lot of money out there. On the flip side of things that have maybe dampened it just slightly, we found a lot of new financial interest in the aftermarket in the last couple of years. Financial sponsors, private equity firms have realized just how great an industry the automotive aftermarket is. It's got great growth, it's incredibly macroeconomic resistant, and so we're finding a lot of interest from players that in previous years we hadn't found interest from. So that's all creating a lot of interest in the aftermarket, and overall we think there's still a lot of consolidation that's still going to be happening.
Absolutely. So what does this mean for business owners thinking about their future? Is it a good time to think about selling, or should people wait?
Well, from a market perspective, it's hard to say that there's any right time or wrong time. The bottom line is it's really a very personal decision. You've owned your business, you've built it up probably over a long period of time. You may feel like it's the time to sell, you may be wanting to wait, but it really is ultimately very personal. You have to look at what are your needs, what are your wants, how does your family fit into it. All of those things make it very personal, and if you decide that it's the right time to do something, then it's the right time for you, and you'll find a buyer for your business.
And that's the most important part, it being the right time for you.
For you, that's exactly right.
Absolutely. Okay, so what is the process of selling a business, and how long does it take?
That's a great question, because people think, well, okay, I'm ready to sell my business and here we go, and it takes a good amount of time to sell a business. Actually one of the things that's happened with I'd say some higher scrutiny of transactions with buyers than a few years ago is the transactions are taking a little bit longer to come to fruition than they used to. I think buyers are doing a little bit more intensive due diligence. They're looking a little closer. Their lenders who are lending them the money to buy businesses are taking a closer, harder look at things. So you have to bake in a reasonable amount of time to get things done. One of those most important things are the things that happen before you actually go and engage potential buyers for your business. You need to be prepared to sell your business. You need to make sure that your books are in order and you're ready to sell. One of the things that we do when we're at Schwartz Advisors, when we're advising a business owner, is we come in, and before we're even ready to go out to the marketplace, we're spending 2 or 3 months really getting to know the business, understand the business, put information together to potential buyers, going through all the financial records. And again, that's like 2 to 3 months before we're even ready to go talk to buyers. Once we're talking to buyers, there's the whole process of showing buyers your business, having them do due diligence on the business, getting bids, negotiating agreements, getting to the final stages, and all of that can take a good 6 months or more. So it really is, it's a process. And I think the advice to give to people is, at a bare minimum, don't wait until hey, I'm ready to go. Give yourself a good amount of time. It could be a year when you make a decision before you actually get something done.
So be prepared.
Be prepared, absolutely.
Absolutely. And what should owners be thinking about or planning for when they're considering their options?
Well, probably I'd say the most important thing is to take a really good, hard, objective look at your business, because you need to look at your business the way buyers are going to be looking at your business. You probably have a great business, it's supported your family, it's done all kinds of great things for you over the years, but buyers who are often, maybe they're financial players, or at the very least they're much larger companies who do a lot of looking at financial metrics, etc. So you need to take a hard look at your business and say, okay, how does this look to a buyer? What do my operations really look like? And are there things that I should spend time cleaning up or focusing on? And those could be making sure your inventory is clean and is kind of the right mix of inventory. Is your pricing good? One of the things we found over the last few years is that a lot of folks, even though we have had, unfortunately, some inflation with all the shipping issues and things that went on during and right after the pandemic, a lot of people were reluctant to have prices keep up with inflation. Their margins shrunk, and that's not the way that people want to see your business when they're going to be buying it. So seeing if your pricing is right. Also, look at your operations and your operating expenses. If you've been operating your business for the same way for a long time, as hard as it may be, you really need to make sure that you're kind of the right size. Mm-hmm. Because buyers will be coming in and they'll say, well, your operating expenses should be this much, and if they do it after the fact, they're not going to pay you for the value of work that they do later.
Right.
But if you do it now and get your business correctly sized with the right kind of margins and the right kind of bottom line, you'll get paid for that. So it's very important to really take a hard look at your business now, which is another reason why we say don't wait. Take a look. And one of the things, again, that we do at Schwartz Advisors when we are talking to people is we take a good hard look at their business and their operations and their expenses and kind of get a handle for their metrics and help guide them as to what could be beneficial for that buyers are going to be looking for.
Absolutely. This last question is pretty open-ended for you. So are there any other important things we should talk about?
Well, probably not other important things, but harking back to kind of the overall thing is kind of don't wait until you have to sell your business or until, I'm just so done, I just have to get out now. You really need to plan. And planning could involve still doing a little work on your business before you're ready to go to market, or at least doing all the homework that you need to do to get ready for a buyer. So if you're thinking about things, take some action and don't wait, because it'll definitely serve you in the long run.
Is it fair to say proactivity is helpful?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's a key.
All right. Well, Keith, thank you so much for coming on today. We really appreciate having you. For Schwartz Advisors, I'm Emma Henderson, and have a great day.